Hey guys, what's up? This is Sagar here back with another video, and in this video we're going to talk about the studios that were shut down by Xbox and what are my views on this topic basically. So yeah, Xbox shut down some of their Bethesda studios. Well, some of them are like Alpha Dog Games, which are the creator of Mighty Doom. Mighty Doom is basically a top-down shooter game, and the another game from this studio is Wrathborn, which is an action RPG. Now, these games are basically mobile games available on mobile platforms. The another studio they shut down is basically Arcane Australia. Now, this studios provided some high quality titles in the past, like the Dishonored. They also created Prey, and recently they launched Redfall. Redfall is a Redfall has a disastrous launch and not one of their finest works. But still, these studios are also going to shut down, and a lot of people will lose their jobs. So yeah, I mean this is awful. Of course, the other studios are Roundhouse Games and the Tango Gameworks. Now, Tango Gameworks also launches some high quality titles. They are the creators of Evil Within 1 and 2. They launched Ghostwire Tokyo. Not a long time ago, they also released a great title which is Hi-Fi Rush, which is also get a good scores from the critics as well. And I think this game also wins some awards. This game basically wins an award for their animation. And so first of all, I want to say that all the people who got impacted by this decision of Xbox of shutting down their studios, all the people who loses their job, I hope they will get the new jobs in some other studio where they keep up this great work. And my sympathies will be with them. Okay, and now coming to the topic, what are my views on this basically decision made by the Xbox? Now, uh, they basically give the reason of shutting down these studios are they are basically trying to reprioritization of titles and resources, and uh, basically they means that few teams will be realigned to others, uh, which means basically 95% of the employees from these shut down studios will be laid off and lose their jobs, but the 5% of the people will be converted to the existing studios that the Bethesda have. And basically they are trying to you know uh, setting their priorities on which types of games they want to create in the future, uh, basically because now if we look at the games that provided by Arkane Studio, which is Redfall. Now, Redfall was a disastrous launch. It was not something, of course, they expected, but the game has a lot of bugs. It does not receive well by the audience, and I think this might be a big reason why they shutting down Arkane Austin. But the studio, which is Tango Gameworks, I mean, this studio doesn't do anything wrong. They just launches great game. The Ghostfire Tokyo and the Hi-Fi Rush, both of these are great game, and the Evil Within also a great game. But still, they shut down the studio, and the main reason is I think they don't want their studios to make games like Hi-Fi Rush. They don't want to invest money on creating games which are not on a triple A level. uh, they want they want to create more of a triple A type games from their studios, because even Hi-Fi Rush, which wins award, will not sell their subscription, will not increase the number of people in the subscription. uh, they want to bring more triple A games to their subscription, so that they will going to get some more subscriber on their subscription, because Xbox is no longer dependent on game sales, right? Nobody's buying games on Xbox anymore. I mean, the games which are not on Game Pass, of course, they are going to buy those games, but the games which are not on AAA, are not a AAA level game, and the games which are on Game Pass and are not on a AAA level, Of course, they're not going to buy those games. And all the games that are made by Microsoft and the Bethesda are going to come to the Game Pass. So nobody, like, they are not depend on the game sales that are coming from their own studios. They want these games to boost up the subscribers in their subscription. And the majority of the people who subscribe to Game Pass, they basically play as the AAA games. What's the point of Game Pass? To get games, games that which I will going to buy from a store will cost me like 40, 50 or $60, which I can get on Game Pass for free. I just have to subscribe to, the subscription. And why are these games cost like 40, 50 or $60? Because these are AAA games, right? That's why they are so expensive. And that's why I'm subscribed to Game Pass so that I can get these games for free. Uh, right. So the real driving force behind subscribing to Game Pass is actually to play those AAA games, which I don't have to buy, from other store. Uh, that's why if we get more AAA games on the subscription, the more subscriber will come automatically, right? That's the business logic that I can think of Game Pass. And uh, also the day one launches that I'm getting from the Xbox studios, from other studios. That is also a big reason why I'm going to subscribe to Game Pass, because usually what happens is a newly launched game definitely costs you $60, no less than $60 or like $70, right? Um, but with day one Game Pass launches, I can play those games for free. So that's why more or more people are subscribing to Game Pass. That is the, I think, the biggest driving force. That is the sole reason will someone play subscribe to Game Pass. Those indies are all also great games that are available on Game Pass. But I think the real reason people are subscribing to Game Pass is because there are AAA games that they can get for free without spending 40, $50. They just have to subscribe to Game Pass, right? Okay, but is this can be the only reason why Xbox shut down their studios? I think there's also other reason, which is basically uh, they want to make some quality AAA titles that they used to make before. Recently they launched Starfield, which was very underwhelming, and they also released a couple of exclusives from the Xbox, which was not as good as the competition. Simply say, look at Sony's exclusive and how great their games are. So I think Xbox is trying a strategy where they want to make um, the AAA games good, basically more AAA games, but also better in quality. I think that's why they are converging these studios. Basically, the some of the employees of this shutdown studios to their already existing studios, they try to make better AAA games by converging these. Somehow they believe that if they shut down these studios and converging some of the workforce to their existing studios, they can make better games. And I don't know, they have all the talent in the world. They do some analysis or something, I don't know, but that can be the reason. um, that that's why I think they are doing it, not sure. Look, the because see, you can also see that the Arcane Austin was a recent failure. They have Redfall was a disaster. You know, coming from a studio who used to make good games, so I think they want to avoid that kind of situation. Uh, See, Tango GameWorks for me was an exception or a very strange, thing for Xbox to do with them, by shutting them down even after putting a good game. But you also notice that when the Hi-Fi Rush came, they do not do very good marketing of that. They do not do any kind of marketing for Hi-Fi Rush. It was kind of a surprise game to everyone. and look at the game Starfield. They done a lot of marketing, you know, and Starfield is a more of a premium product of them. But also all the AAA exclusives, they always do a great marketing, but not for Hi-Fi Rush. I think that's why they shut down Tango Gameworks. I'm not sure, but you know, they you know take some percentage of Tango Gameworks, and I don't know who this people can be. Who's this people? They are converging them to their studios. Maybe these are the directors and the big roles in the studio that they are converging, so that they can give their input on the development of the new games that they are making in their existing studios. I think this is the kind of approach they are trying to do. So yeah, and I think that can be the reason why they want this studio to like they want this studio to make more AAA games, and that's why they shut down these studios and take some of their talent, like 5% of the employees from these studios, to converge in the existing studios, so that they can impact on their like game creativity. They can make more better games, more better AAA games basically. So yeah, I think that was my viewpoint on this. Although it's still awful that these studios shut down by Xbox, especially the Tango Gameworks, because they done such a great job of delivering some cool games, and still they got shut down by Xbox. Uh, Now, this can be the reason that I already told you. Maybe it is not 100% correct. Maybe some of you will not agree with me. That's fine. That can be a difference of opinion. But I think that is the intention behind Xbox of doing this thing. um, and as I'm not going to defend Xbox of shutting down the studios. This is totally unacceptable, but this is a very ruthless industry. The gaming industry is a very ruthless industry. A lot of the people like got laid off when the recession came in the country, right? All this is like very common in the software industry basically. I'm a software engineer myself, and this happens a lot. When the recession came, companies will laid off thousands of employees at an instant, right? So yeah, as a developers who are working on these studios, like the people who are working on these studios, they are like already know what they have signed for. They already know that this can be a possibility that may happen to him in the future, right? So see, this is the ruthless industry, just like I said. And as a business, Xbox is trying to cut cost and utilize the resources in a more impactful way as they can. So I mean, there's no emotion behind it when it comes to business and all. And as a business, I think this is their intention all along. And if we see this as a business point of view, then yes, I think what they've done is as logically correct, and it's logically makes sense as a business point of view. But as a gamer, as a employee, as a common person who works on a daily basis to uh, get food on the table, this is something very awful. And I hope whoever got impacted by their decision of shutting down the studios, they will get their jobs fast in some other studios. They will get hired in some other studios. They will keep up the great work. They will not. I hope they will not, quit this industry at all, because this industry takes a lot from them. You have to put a lot of the effort in order to get results and a good quality in your product. And yeah, uh, so yeah, this is my point of view. of what happens is, as a gamer and as a person, as a as an employee, I will say that this is often. As a business point of view, I will say that this is logically, this makes some sense. uh, Maybe they can find the other way to, impact their games by not shutting down their studios, but this is the something which they come up. Maybe it will work, maybe it will not work, who knows. Uh, and I hope you like this video. Tell me your thoughts on this in the comment section as well, and please like, share and subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you soon.